Students, welcome you all on the behalf of Naulanan Tutorial. So as you know that I am Naulanan and this is somewhat around my channel whose name is actually the Naulanan Tutorial. So now let's begin with the very interesting topics which are often being asked in terms of your NEET, often the AIMS, often the All India Pre-Medical Examination. So these are literally belonging from which of the chapters of your book? So these are belonging from the human reproduction. So here we are going to study about what? So here we are going to study about the embryogenic stage as well as the pregnancy. So when we are talking about these cases, you have to understand the certain facts in it, such as what? So your embryogenic as well as the pregnancy stage are particularly being completed with reference to what? With reference to the here, meaning in term of the 270 days, often what? Often the 9 months, as well as what? As well as in term of the course of the 36 weeks. Fine. Now, often when we are talking about these cases in term of what? In term of the embryogenic stage as well as the pregnancy. You have to understand the certain types of the states as well as the phases which are literally coming under what? Which are literally coming under your here, meaning term of the embryogenic as well as the pregnancy stage. So these are actually what? Tell me. So these are the like this, such as the cleavage. Then what? Then the blastula stage. After that what? After that we are having the implantation as well as what? As well as the gastrulation stage. So before we have dealt about two of the facts as well as the process. So these were actually what? So these were the cleavage. With reference we have often did the some bit introduction of what? Of actually the blastula stage. So now here let's understand about this means what are actually the implantation as well as when we are talking about these cases means what are actually the implantation. So you have to understand the certain facts in it, such as what? By the name itself it is having the implantation, means in this case what will be happening? So the whole wonderful process of the attachment of what? The whole wonderful process of the attachment of the blastocyst with reference to what? With reference to the wall of the endometrium will be coming under what case? So it will be coming under your implantation case. Often when we are talking about these cases, meaning term, why these particularly, meaning term of the blastocysts are particularly being attached in term of your endometrium. So this particularly playing important role means what? Your endometrium. For what? For providing the sufficient amount of the food as well as the nutrition. So when we are talking about these cases means what are actually the nutrition, often the food. So you are very clear about that. Means nutrition means what? So the macromolecules as well as the micromolecules. So these are actually what? So these are the essential biomolecules which are required for what? Which are actually requiring as well as supporting the life supporting mechanism. So you are very clear about that. So we are having the organic molecules as well as the compounds such as what? Such as the nitrogen, then the phosphorus, often the calcium, then the potassium as well as what? Often in terms of the molybdenum. Often we are having the boron, sulfur, etc. Often you are clear about the case of the minerals, etc. So these are particularly required in order for what? In order for providing the support mechanism with reference to what? With reference for the further life supporting stages. It is as well as when we are talking about these cases means what are actually the part of your endometrium. So you are very clear about that, means these are actually the part of the flow in terms of what? The female reproductive organ. So you are often having the different types of the vital part in it, such as what? So there we are having the urine funds, often what? Often the ovaries, often the fallopian tube. So your fallopian tube are often being divided in terms of what? In terms of the three broad categories. So these are actually what? So these are the isthmus, then ampulla, then what? Then the infundiculum. So when we are talking about these means what are actually the isthmus? So you are very clear about that. Means what? Your isthmus is the particular portion which will be opening in terms of what? Which will be opening in terms of the uterus region. As well as when we are talking about the case of the here, the ampulla. So these are what? So these are the middle portion. After that you are having the infundiculum. So your infundiculum will particularly open with reference to what? With reference on the region of the ovary. So now, so you got about these broad categories. So these are actually what? So these are coming under the case of what? The fallopian tube. Often you will be having what? Often you will be having the certain more parts in it. Such as what? Such as the vagina. Often what? Often the cervical canal. As well as what? As well as the cervix. Often we are having the three broad kinds of the walls in it. So these are actually what? So these are the endometrium, then the mesometrium, as well as what? As well as the endometrium. So remember we have did about the endometrium in the case of what? In terms of the course of the implantation. So you could often find here on the board here. Here is the endometrium. Now let's understand about this means what are actually the mechanism of implantation. So when we are talking about this, you have to understand the certain facts in it, such as what? So the portion of the blastocyst where the mass of the cell is getting localized, so it will be coming under what? So this will be coming under the endometrium of the uterus. So you could often find here on the board here. As well as when we are talking about these cases in terms of what? In terms of what are actually the chronicle villi. So in this case, what will be happening? So the contrasting surface of the trophoblast is having what? So the contrasting surface of the trophoblast is actually having the hydrolytic enzymes. So when we are talking about these cases, means what are actually the enzymes? So you are very clear about that. So the particular thing which will be particularly taking as well as present in terms of the reaction, as well as playing important role to increase or decrease the reaction without being altered. So it will be coming under what case? So it will be coming under your enzyme case. So hydrolytic means what actually? So there will be the presence of what? Of actually the H2O molecules in terms of what? In terms of the water molecules. Now, so often you are very clear about that, means what are actually the enzymes, such as what are cofactors, as well as what? The proteinous enzyme as well as the non-proteinous enzyme. So we will be understanding about that in terms of our next lecture. Thus when we are talking about this case in terms of the chronicle release, so in this case what will be happening? The contrasting surface of the topoblast is having what? So it is having the hydrolytic enzymes. As well as these will be giving rise to what? So this will be actually giving rise to the finger-like projection. So these are actually known as what? So these are known as nothing else but the chronicle villi. After that, what will be happening? The contrasting surface as well as what? The chronicle villi will form the attachment. So you are very clear about that. And after that, what will be happening? So soon your chronicle villi as well as the uterus will form what? So it will be forming the attachment-like process. And after attachment, what will be happening? So find here. Attachment. And after attachment, what will be happening? So your uterus cell will be particularly being divided as well as covering what? As well as covering the blastocyst. As well as after that, what will be happening? Thus it result in what? Thus it result in the blastocyst will becoming embedded in term of what? Will becoming embedded in term of the uterus. And after that, the process of what? After that, the process of the implantation will be employed as well as what? So this is somewhat the condition when we are talking about what are actually what? What are actually the case in term belonging from the human reproduction, in which we have dealt about what? In which we have dealt about the different types of the vital process of what actually the embryogenesis as well as the pregnancy stage. Often we have dealt about what? Often we have dealt about the certain types of the major 4 types of the process which are particularly being employed in term of what? In term of the process of the embryogeny as well as what? As well as the pregnancy stage. So these are what? So these are the clavula as well as the blastula stage. Then what? Then the implantation. After that, we are often having the gastrulation stage. So we'll be understanding about that in terms of our next lecture. So I thought you have got the concept, mean what are actually these. So if you like the word with reference to the education as well as the lecture, so you could often like, subscribe as well as what? As well as comment below in the text. Thus I'll be knowing that what concept actually you are hungry for or what haven't you understood or either got. So very thank you with reference to what? With reference to the Rahul Anand tutorials. So please like, subscribe as well as share. Very thank you.